All right, then let's get cracking then. Look at that. Should be live. I'm just waiting for it to come up. Is it live? Are you guys seeing me? I can't see shit, you know. I ain't gonna lie to you. Are we live? No, it doesn't look like it. What the fuck's going on? Yeah, you can see me. Oh shit. Nah, for some reason I can't even see myself on the fucking phone. It's just saying wait for traded ink. Well, fuck that guy, innit? Let's carry on, man. What's going on, guys? Hope you guys doing well. So fucking, it's Sunday. It's really late. Reason why I chose to go this time of the night. I was just seeing how we close around the weekly close itself. In terms of weekly close for Bitcoin, I was looking for a bullish week. Do we get a pop up? Ethereum. For those who actually follow me on Twitter, that you guys are aware that I'm actually long on Ethereum. I want to discuss that as well. Talk about the BTC breakdown, the Ethereum breakdown. This episode is gonna be a bit different though, right? This episode I didn't think I'd actually be like this, right? But I'm bullish. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I'm gonna break down a few things. I did this yesterday, when I was on the show yesterday's show, and literally, I did talk about the something at like an important level on the Fibonacci, and so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about that as well. We'll talk about a bunch of things as well, and then we're gonna get cracking as well. Okay. Just want to give a shout out to all you motherfuckers out there. You got Rank Brian. Sorry. Rank Brian's from the TLA, man. He found out about me. All right, cool. Cool team member. All right then. Message me on Twitter then on at Trader Dank, and or give me an email or something like that, or I don't know, or Telegram. I mean, I can't give my Telegram out here. Everyone will find my Telegram in it. But yeah, then we can chat in it. I'm down to actually, to work with you guys as well, 100%. A Cryptique, we got Ahmed, love from Pakistan, love from the UK, my brother. Got shout out to all the Pakistani brothers out there and sisters. We got Tom, we got Avik, Wallah, Habibi. You got Stuart, what's going on? Cassandra, good to have you here as well. Vince, you got fucking Thomas, NR, Yuri, you got the gang Gooners here, fucking Stuart Groves here, SENA. Damn, we have Brandon Rodriguez here as well. I remember that guy. We got Vegeta here, Derry, fucking I kept just fit. What's going on? You had too many. Nah. Literally, if I show you, I'm looking at my phone in it, right? I can't see anything. It's still frozen for some reason. So, let's try it. Yep. Even when I do it, it's still frozen. So literally, I'm reading off the messages of here. Yeah. So that's it. I'm not high enough, and I'm blessed, man. I'm more blessed in it. Fucking. Greetings from Paris. Yo, Paris. Shout out to all my Paris thingy motherfuckers out there as well, man. Fucking baguette, pain au chocolat. I'm messing. I'm messing for you guys. Nah, I've been to Paris a few times when I was young. I got family over there in an area called Bobigny, and there's another place as well. I know about the 93, 93. I know about that. So I'm diverse in different parts of the world, So don't watch that in it. So yeah, cool. Vegeta, what's going on, man? Let's go, man. Let's get cracking though. So let's talk about this whole fucking bullish scenario that I'm thinking. Why am I 93 of course. Shout out to the 93. On the different margin. Fucking Keezer. Fucking morning stuff. What's going on? All right, so yeah, focus, guys, focus. Right, let's not get off topic in it. Hey, Pirate, it's been a while since I've seen Pirate, man. How you doing, Victor? How's it going, brother? I'm doing well, man. I'm just chilling and killing. So eating Nutella with breadsticks and drinking Sprite, treating myself because I achieved a lot this week. Good man, good man. You know what? Like at least you got fucking Nutella in it. I just have breadsticks. I fucking got heating myself with a t-shirt in it. Nah, I'm messing. So yeah, we're talking about like so this is a big one. Like guys, just focus now, okay? So in terms of look, when it comes to let's just say if you were a buyer, right? Where would you buy Bitcoin? A lot of you would say random numbers in it, like 15k, 10k, 3k, 9k, 12k. That's what you would say in it, right? Am I wrong? So Vegeta saying 10k. Anyone else? drowning in beers and watching movies. I'm glad you're having a good night then. So you got Avic 17,500. Interesting number he just said there, 17.5. Pandas Authority is $1. Dude, I would love to buy a $1. So you get a better entry than freaking Pyro in it. Stuart Zero, they got to pay you to actually, get Bitcoin. So Gunas is 17.5. Yeah, Guna was there yesterday. He's a sick guy. Pirates 14k, cool. So Vegeta saying ETH at 333. That's okay, I see. Of zero BNB at 50. 3k is fine. We got 9k, 13k. We got like 20k. Yeah, we were saying it priced down to 20k. I wish to buy it. So, well, now listen to this now, right? So the biggest factor is when you're this market here, right? Can we agree? Does any of us, right, have the ability to push this market? What the fuck is going on? I stop being a toss pot, innit? Fuck off, man. Guys, you know what? Let me close this app. Bring it back on. Let me close this. Sorry, man. That killed my vibe completely there, man. Bastard. Just wasn't responding, so. What's going on, John Gaboosh? Every time I think of Gaboosh, right, I think of a bazooka. I don't know why. It's just a bazooka, like kaboosh, that kind of shit. Does this work now? Alright, yeah, cool. So everyone wants to buy like a really good price in it, and the key point is we're talking about prices below where we are, this 22 to 23k level, right? Everyone wants to buy below this level here, somewhere along the lines of this area here, right? Wherever it may be, that's what we're looking for, okay? But when it comes to to the market, right? Does any of us have the power to move this from like 9k all the way to 63k? Does any of us, right? Or even as a combined, do you really think for a moment, do you guys have do we as a community has the ability to push trillions of dollars into this? Because then we'll have to say, like, if everyone puts like $100 and when there's like a billion people of us, right? No, there's like 10 billion, then we can push the market for $1 trillion, right? But we were never gonna have it. Yep. So yeah, that's it. We're never gonna push it, right? So what even Elon couldn't do it. 100%. Elon, this Michael Saylor, all these guys, they couldn't push it no matter how much billion they put in. Elon put 1.2 billion, nothing happened, and he ended up dumping it around 28, isn't it? 28 or 29, some number like that. And but the market was gonna dump anyway. But this is it, right? There's a thing called institution, right? For those who don't know what institution is, right, I'm doing this new thing where I'm going to talk about the academic way, right, the really intellectual way, and the dank way, right? So academic way, so like an institution, right? If you want to know what the dank way is a simple way to break it down, right? The institutions are motherfuckers who got bare peas, like a lot of money, right? More money than we can fathom, right? Now, I just want to do this on from the institution. Investopedia, right? I'm going to go to Investopedia and we're going to look at what an institution is. Understanding institutional investors. An institutional investors buy, sells, and manage stocks, bonds, and other investment securities on behalf of its clients, customers, members, or shareholders. Broadly speaking, there are 6 types of institutional investors. You've got endowment funds, commercial banks, mutual funds, hedge funds, pension funds, and insurance companies. So clearly, once you see insurance company, you guys know straight away, damn, these guys got fucking money in it, right? And hedge funds and pension funds. The pension fund is massive, right? So these are institutions, correct? So institutional investors face fewer protective regulation compared to average investors because it is assumed the institutional crowd is more knowledgeable and better able to protect themselves. The key that I want you guys to always remember that these institutions are considered to be more knowledgeable and better able to protect themselves, which means when they have a better understanding of the market and they will push it to that direction. Now, they're not going to dump in like billions of dollars on a buy order. They're going to place little traps, little supports and buys. So when price come down, they're buying into it. So you're buying. So when you're selling into these institutions and when it's time to buy, right? Now, I'm going to show you another thing now. What's going on, John? How you doing, man? Gandalf is here. How's it going, brother? BlackRock, Vanguard, and Fidelity are coming. Yeah, it's going to happen. Another institutional investors, they're all coming as well. Fidelity is a huge one as well. I've got my pension with them, like my private pension with these guys as well. So fucking Fidelity on me peas in it. Fucking using my money to buy Bitcoin, motherfuckers. You fucking tosspot. I want my money back in it. But yeah, so that's what institutions are, right? And which comes up to what I was saying. Like, if you guys ever forget what institutions are, just remember they are the guy. These motherfuckers, they got so much money, like too much money, right? Like beyond what we can think of, right? But fucking Fidelity is buying Bitcoin out of my fucking money. These bastards, man. They owe me a couple of Bitcoins there. Missing. But so now when it comes to a chart, right? You gotta always remember, right? You gotta think to yourself for a moment. If you're an institution, place yourself in the market before the market places you in its place, right? Which means that you gotta put yourself in this market. Understand, and to understand this market, how do you think? You think like an institution. So we know when we got a range band environment, right? For example, right? This is a range band environment. We've done this before. I'm gonna do it again, just briefly. We know this when it goes to the mid, we're playing mid to low, and then we go to mid to high, right? And if you're an institution, do you think they're gonna buy at this at the low? We're gonna looking for the low. You know why? Because we're a bunch of peasants. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the low here, and that's what we're looking for. Have you ever noticed when price comes back down from the high, and it does this, right? Bounces in the area, and it reclaims the 25%, goes straight to mid range, and then does a massive play, and then breaks out, right? Things like this happens, right? Now, what I want to show you is, right, if you're an institution, where would you be buying on this Fibonacci? That's the key, right? So let me just remove that. The key areas are, there's a few key areas, right? There's the 61%, I believe, and there's the 68%. No, there was a 62%, 68%, and I think it's the 78.2%, something along the lines. But we're gonna call it 79%. All right, the 79% of the range. Okay, so if I were to, for example, I was an institution, hopefully this is where the institution actually will, like this is where I'm going to be buying over here. Hopefully I did get that right at 0.79. Let's have a look. All I do is if I just double click on this, go to 0.79. Oh, fucking wrong way, motherfuckers. Okay, that was wrong. I fucked up there, didn't I? There we go. You know when you're trying to be cool, like everything to go to plan, but it doesn't go to plan? That's what the fuck happened right now. There. No, that's not right. So yeah, let's just say it like that, right? So what happens is price comes down from the high back to mid. Mid, it comes down to the 75%, and it holds at 79%, reclaims the mid. When it reclaims that mid, shoots up to mid. Reclaims the 25, shoots up to mid, reclaims this level, goes up a lot higher. So that's where institutional bias and alpha, right? I'm never gonna really talk about it again, right? So this is a one-time thing. I did it yesterday. It's a one-time thing. For those who actually watch the stream after, it's gonna miss this, right? So because this is some mad shit, right? And this is changes your perspective, right? So what I would do, right? So looking at we're saying like institutional buying in, right? Like, you know how we're all saying like, yeah, like fucking you gotta like retail this, retail that, retail this. Bro, shut the fuck up, man. What are you talking about retail? You're the retail yourself anyway. So the thing is, you gotta think like an institution. Now, if I take a low from here and use this high over here, for example, look what happens. Right? Let me just, the high on this comes into where? Fucking high 69182.5. So coordinates 691. Nah, fuck off. That's it. So 69182.5. Right? Now the buy comes into where? Just right on the institution level, that's 79%. And look what happened. Bounce off this, reclaim this area, and we're making new highs. So already, if this was to be a bullish, right? If I'm just saying, if institutions are buying this, right, and they really are stepping in, because we already know the US is calling like America is actually in recession, right? Let's be honest. I don't think they actually said it specifically, but everyone's talking about it. Everyone's saying that the US is in recession. So if they're in recession, what happens to dollar? Dollar will go down. So obviously stocks will fall down as well, right? Because we're in a recession, who's actually going to be buying stocks, right? They want to start buying the low. Once you start forming, can get a bounce and then carry on higher. But if we're in recession and dollar breaks down, theoretically, what happens to the US 500, the US 100, the US 30? They actually go up. And if they go up, well, guess what? Bitcoin goes up. So this is like I'm just saying if I'm right on this idea and this theory is correct, right? Because they really did step in. Because look, in 1 week, right, it was just one single thump into the fucking 79%, like punch down to the motherfucker. Like there was no forgiving there. And then range bound, hold support. Even if it does this, fucking target. I mean, like, well, we know this is a target. Target 1, target 2, target 3. Go to the mid range, and then once we reclaim the mid range, let's see if we can go to Yeti open. Yeti opens here, reclaim this level here, taking out these highs, equal highs there. Makes sense for it to be taken out. And then we see in this area here how we do in this area of consolidation, right? Potentially going to range high. That's the mega bullish scenario. Yes, the whole thing about ETH merge is having problems and X, Y, and Z. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about ETH, right? Like I'll buy ETH when I need to buy ETH, and I'll use it for gas fees in it for whatever meme tokens I'm buying or something like that. But I tell you something. If the chart is showing me bullishness, it's showing me bullishness. So on this particular one, right? I'm now saying that we need to pay attention to this level here, 36.4k, which is like fucking far away. So we got like 50% before we even look at it, right? Before we even talk about this level. But in the meantime, there's nothing wrong having just an idea, right? Having a thesis, but respecting the range bound environment. The range bound environment that we actually know is actually this high and this low. That's it. And look here. Look what happened here. This from this high to this low, this range band. Even if I want to do it like that, right? For example, right? Look what happened to institution buys, right? Like well, that's 79%. Not institution buys. 79% of the level held that level there, right? So when I was long, do you remember when I said to you like I was in Dubai in January, and I was woken up and said, yo, do we buy it? Like what the fuck's going on with Bitcoin? And I just opened up this, right? This institution level was enough for me to say, you know what? We've had a bounce over here. I expect to bounce off this institution level, right? Which is at 36k. And I bought it quite aggressively over here with a stop loss over there, and then played it up to the mid range. Once it broke down, it was time to sell off, and off we go. So we know that's a range bound environment. So we need to start. We also need to focus. Remember, 36k is far away, right? We can all agree with that. Fucking time away, man. Like it feels like a long time away. Let's just remove that shit. So what we need to do is first work at this level here and this level, 26.8 and 28.8. Without working at these level there's no point, because we have to do something like this. Come into this area here. Then the question is this a retest or is it a breakdown? We don't know, right? Once it comes, it comes. But then the next thing is, right, if it's a deviation, off we go. And it does something like that. Let's enter level to level. And guess what? This level here, this is 37.9k. So we're talking about flipping 36 point whatever k, the 36k level to actually go up to the next level. So we're just gonna take things easy and just really like relax, working level to level. I'm not saying let's be bullish, let's be mega bullish. Don't get me wrong, ETH BTC looks good, looks fucking good, right? And I've deployed on alts and stuff like that, personally. Just some on some alts as well, and we'll see how the level is. We're at critical conditions, so we gotta work it level to level, right? So I mean, look, let's see what's going on. If bullish retrace 0.32, yeah. Now hi, bro. So Tereso Gomez, what would you recommend to somebody who wants to learn TA, somebody who wants to trade new to trading like me? Well, ask these guys. What do you think? Like you, the thing is like, yo, champs, give me like help Tereso out, right? So Tereso wants to learn some TA, right? What would you say that's helped you? Because I can talk about my thing in it, but my thing is like maybe different. It might be a bit too. It would be a bit of a complicated thing. But so we got John saying like cryptocred, yeah. Evening Dank, how's it going, brother? One question, need honest answer. Dank, what's up? What do you want? Fan Satoshi saying it. Watch Dank show. I didn't say that, guys. Will you buy Doge ever if it's small enough amount of your portfolio for the next run? Bruv, 100%. Doge, I'm buying that. Bruv, like, if like, let's just say we have the full-on bearish scenario and stuff like that, and we go down a lot more. I'm buying Doge. I don't give a shit. I'm buying Doge, I'm buying Shiba, I'm buying Floki. These are my 3 coins I'm buying. I'm saying that to you right now. So put that in on your calendar if you have to, or on a notebook, right? Doge, Doge, Shiba, Floki. Those are the three ones. The reason why these meme coins go mad. Doge went crazy. Shiba went nuts. Floki, we bought at 10k. And then he did 100x. And so he went mad. But I would like to see them run again hard. And we need to pick. I will find somehow. I don't know how. Somehow I will find the next possible crazy meme token that should jump in. And trust me, we're gonna have a ride. If we can get in a cheap rate, like a cheap rate, like something like even 30 or 40, 50k $50,000 market cap, and there's a 50x or something like that, or a 20x. Well, let's say 50x. Fucking let's ride that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So we got what else? We got backtesting. We got watch Dank show. We got backtesting again and again and again, and use your own trading. So blank K, you say Dank main SC and backtesting. Dank saying Dank SXO SC NJ. Already bought Doge at these level for midterm pump. Go on then, Akshay. Bro, we are still below monthly open. What's your say on it? Yeah, but it's just been 1 week in it. So, like, if it's 1 week, it doesn't mean anything. Like, look, right, monthly, right. And Cow, oh yeah, Vegeta, a good one. Cow. Sarah's watching you, 12 years old, learning TA. Oh, bless her. Give her a kiss for me. She's a good girl. She's learning how to trade. She's a good girl. I need to watch her what I say. I don't want to swear around now, innit? Alpha equals Doge Shib Floki. Credit so SC main Dank. Look at Kiba as well. Yeah, I'll look at that as well. His videos are very good. Thank you, appreciate that, man. But so there you go. Freaking Gomez. His surname is Gomez, isn't it? What's it? Tereso. So yeah, there's alphas there. There's me. There's SC XO. You got so Cred, Crypto Cred. There's also main as well. These are good people as well. You can actually learn. What I would advise you guys is take your time, man. Just take your time in terms of when it comes to learning how to trade. Trust me, because this shit is fucking tough, right? But like, everyone has a particular style. So I would say is like find your own niche, what you feel comfortable with, and stick with that. If you like my way of trading ranges, by more means, like I'll break it down, and the guys would tell you we had a fucking phenomenal week actually. Just literally playing in the Monday's range and fucking smashing it. That's it. Someone showed a macro chart of Link, these ETH, and mentioned links that look exactly the same as ETH, just lagged it by one cycle. I think it was Capo. El Capo. I think it was him. I don't know. But how mad would he be? I mean, a lot of people say, yeah, like, because we bounce off the fucking 20k level, that's why we're bullish. But look, there's one. This is one, right? The second one is, you know what? I need to get the fucking indicator. Moving average. Right, and then let's just change this. And the second thing as well, if you look at this, right? This is the 200 weekly EMA, okay? Go to weeks. Change this. Okay. I don't have it in this chart. I need the index. The index showed me BTC USD. There we go, index, right? And you can see right now, that's 200 weekly EMA, right? Look, clearly support over there, support, and we come back as a deviation and look like we've actually reclaimed it. On the weekly, it looks really strong, right? So could it like as long as we hold it, right? I think it's legit, right? It is, to me. That's a fuck off, man. Yeah, to me, it's like, look, you see this, how this candle closed above there? That's pretty much a strong weekly candle. Like, that's a strong smash. Like, well, not a smash, but that's a strong candle there. As long as we hold above it, I think we're good, in my opinion. So then we work it level to level, right? So someone said to me about the monthly in it, right? Let me just talk about the monthly. Well, we've traded below the monthly. We've traded a little bit above the monthly as well. It's a flat body as well. It's only been 1 week, so there's nothing much to say. I mean, what we do know for certain, right, is that there's liquidity resting on here and here on the monthly, either side. So do we take above it and then come back down and then range bound, or do we come back down and then break below and then go a lot more lower, and that's our trigger, or do we actually take out these highs, hold it, and then let's go a lot higher? We don't know. We don't know at all. It doesn't say much because it's literally so tiny. It's only been 1 week of the candle. It's been a quarter. It's like you're looking at a 15-minute time frame, but in actual fact, you've only seen like 6 minutes, 12.5 seconds in it. It's just a quarter. It doesn't tell you anything about it. So it's just gonna go up and down a little bit. So we'll see how it goes for like next week, right? Then we got half the candle actually forming, and we see a direction. Weekly wise, well, that's the thing is, right? I actually wanted to see what happened, right? In terms of weekly, right? We know as a weekly situation, we've got, this is the range band environment, right? This is where we originally was, where price was capping the whole time. Okay, the fact that we're, range bound, broke out, retest, and as long as we hold this level and take out, well, yeah, as long as we hold, like, especially take out this high here, right, and then hold support, we can go a lot more high to this area and then into this little area of consolidation, right? That's what we could do. So weekly looks good. Like, where would I be wrong? Well, here. Why? Because this will be around the mid-range. The moment we get back down, we're going to ask ourselves what the fuck we're doing back in the range, and you cut the trade on longs, right? So that's what I would say. I mean, in validation, I would say here. If you want to play the institution level, it's here, right? And you can work your way back to mid-range, 75%, and the range high, okay? So weekly looks like this, though. I mean, the last time we had a very small body candle, look what happened. The Dragonfly Doji. Is this another Dragonfly Doji? Do you remember we talked about the Dragonfly Doji? As on the next candle closes above, we're good to go to bullish. So we've got these confluences. We've got the fucking institutional buyers over here. We've got the Dragonfly. Oops, let me do this. We've got institutional buyers over here. We've got Dragonfly Doji. Break out the range high. We're above the 200 weekly EMA. It looks good. Right? There's a lot of signs. We've just got 4 signs. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 signs there that tell us that is it bullish, is it bearish, right? So in terms of breaking down on the weekly, it looks decent, right? Yes, you can't expect this kind of candle, right? But as a green, when you see a fast move drop down, that's not a good sign. It's not a good sign, right? Another thing is, right? I don't know if you guys are aware of let's go on the daily. On the daily, yeah. Of the buy sell, the buy model, the buy trading model. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, right? So what it is, this is like yeah, the market maker models, right? The framework behind your trading week, smart money reversal of the week, first accumulation, London, and blah blah. Okay, doesn't really matter. He's got his own little thing going on there. But the key point is this, right? So I want you to focus on this, right? So a buy model, right, is this, right? So you get a consolidation, you got the first leg down, then you got a consolidation over here, right? Then the second leg down. Now the second leg down is much faster than the first leg down. Does that make sense? I'm gonna break this down with a different color because I didn't like that. I look fucking stupid, right? So the first thing is on the buy model, the market maker profile, the buy model, is that you get consolidation, which we do have here. You got a leg down, another consolidation, then the second leg down, 2 legs down, and the second leg down, this leg down is much faster than this leg down. Okay, then what we do, we get some consolidation with higher highs. You can see low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then we get the first leg, then we get the second leg, and then we get the third leg, and that's the consolidation there, and that's it, right? So now the question is this: now, if that's the buy model, right, can we relate this to what's going on with crypto, right? Let's have a look. Let's look at fucking crypto. So to me, right, is this: what's the colors? I want to get the colors correct on this one. So the first one is green, and I'm gonna choose. A lot of people will start choosing this area here, right? But I don't think it's gonna be this area. I don't think it's this area here. Because you got little mini baby bells. What the fuck is baby bells? Fucking mini legs down all the way down, and it's just a mad chop. Yes, we did drop, right? But to me, right, the real leg is to this, the leg down, because we were fucking bullish here. We were bullish here around 40-50k. We were bullish at 38k. We were bullish everywhere. We come to thingy 29k. We were bullish here, and then now everyone's. That's the funny thing, right? So listen to this. So everyone's bullish here. Okay, then we come back down to this area here. We're bullish here. Then we come back down and we're still bullish here. Now we come back down, right? This is another leg down. Now we're bearish. The fuck you talking about? You were bullish the whole You fucking numpty. What a fucking knob. You can't say to me you're bullish every time, but now we're gonna flip bias because we dropped from 69k to 20 to 17k. Motherfucker, what are you talking about? You had fucking 50k, 40 like your 40k worth of Bitcoin, right? And price action to be bearish. Now you choose it. So it's the funny thing. This whole reminds me how when we were back here. Motherfucker, what's happened there? Back over here. This was the people was bullish over here. People, we had a drop, and then it was bullish over here, and then just over here it started being bearish. Everyone got bearish in this area here, right? And then what happened? Boom! It fucking took you out like a motherfucker. So the question is this happening again? We don't know, but it's like the contrarian, isn't it? Right? So looking at this, right? Let me get a clean chart actually. Let me get a new one. BTC USD. Right. So what the fuck is going on? Delete all this. Yeah. So the first leg to me is this. This is the first leg. Right? The second leg to me is this. Right? And let's change the colors, right? This was green and then what? Green, red, and then grey. So this was green. Oh, fuck off. Then we've got red. And then we've got grey. I want to talk about this in just a second, right? Just bear with me just a second, okay? And we're going to relate this to what is actually currently happening, okay? And then the next set is what? Blue, blue, and then fucking green. So we've got blue. Right, that's the first one. Control C, Control V. That's the second one there, and then we're going to copy this as this. This is what it looks like right here. The reason why I chose this one and not over here is this is a big ass consolidation. We have a big ass consolidation, right? Right. So we have the first consolidation, and that was really, really big. Then we have the first leg down. You see how small this the first leg down there, right? Because that was the low there. Then what happened is we have a second set of consolidation, and then we have the fast drop, and this was such a much more of a deeper drop, right, than it was in this one here, right? This one is like, look, it's tipping, it's tipping, it's tipping, it's tipping. No, there we go. This was like, it's tipping, it's tipping. Yeah, fuck off. That's what happened there. Literally, that's what happened. There's no such thing as, oh, it's tipping, it's tipping. It's like, yo, bang you in the fucking face. So if that's the buy model, right, then what we're expecting, right? And I'm just gonna relate this, right? So look to the picture itself. So big ass fucking candle. Then we have a low. Then we have a high, low, high, bang, and then we have this high higher lows there. Okay, so if I have a look here, you can see big ass consolidation. Then we got higher low, higher low, and then it tries to make another one, but then it snaps down, and then now we're making like a bullish market structure, just like we saw in the pictures, bullish market structure, which coincides. If this is the truth, right? If this is going to be the case. What could happen is do this, and then have this area consolidation. And what could be key is that we take out these highs over here, and we're gonna retest the yearly open a few times, and we're gonna find some rejection. What happens then after? I don't fucking know. But that's like this is another idea. It's a bit bullish. I know what it is. But people might not like this, but I don't give a flying fuck. Because if I'm right, then I don't care about chasing cloud. But I'm right in it because I'm just showing ideas, and that's what it is about trading. Just fucking having a different perspective. Sometimes you've got to snap out this whole fucking being bearish because listen, you fucking don't wipe your ass in it. But when Corona happens, you want to get some tissue to wipe your ass. Fucking, I don't know what's happening to the wall. So let's have a look what's going on. Well, Pyro's going. See you later, man. Yeah, it would have been hella bullish if it was a macro. Market doesn't repeat, but rhyme, yeah, it's true. Okay, cool then. So market ball BTC. No, dude, don't bite because I just made an ID. Fucking Vegeta. But I'm long. I'm long. I was saying yesterday that I was a bit skeptical about fucking Bitcoin. Bitcoin didn't look like a short to me. It looked like a long. So I took my trades, took my profit, and I walked away. And happy days. And I'm quite pleased about this. So looking at the weekly, let's do the let's finish off the breakdown. So I mean, you see this here, right? We've got this inefficiency over here. All this, right? We still got to fill this out, and then potentially fill out all this inefficiency over here as well. So there's these areas to fill out, which kind of makes sense as well. If it was to, if price was to, to be bullish, right? Where would it go? We would want to go over here, something like that, and then come into this area here, and then we'll decide what happens then. So we don't know. So Bitcoin in the weekly, pretty standard. Looks like a freaking dragonfly doji in its own way. I mean, it's got a longer tail, just like it had on the last dragonfly doji. So we don't know. We'll see how it happens. And that's the wings, butterfly wings, whatever you want to call it. On the daily, now this is where it is. So I took a trade on Ethereum, right, based off a range itself, right. And I want to tell you what the range is. So if you look at Bitcoin itself, right, on the daily, we know this is the high and this is the low there. We've broken out, come back to retest, come back up, hold support, and then if we take out this high and hold above it, let's go a lot more higher to 26k, 26.8k. Potentially 28.6k. So he's looking strong. Doesn't look like he's fucking lost any plots over here. So I think it's still bullish, in my opinion. But looking at a range though, what chart did I have on my phone? Once again, trading view. I had the chart there. Give me a second. I just need to make sure which one it was. BTC USDT. Oh, yeah. You know what? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Never mind. So, going BTC USDT. Let's just use the fucking, I don't know, OKX. No, I don't fucking like that. That's not fucking nice. That's NIM. Whatever the fuck that is. No, I don't even like this. This is a bullshit chart. Fuck them. Sorry, not fuck them, innit? They got Haaland. It's just a Bybit chart then. Yeah, okay, cool. So this is it, right? Like, I always say prices in a range in it. A lot of us have been focusing on this Monday's range, which is perfectly fine. The Monday's range was literally this range here, right? This is the Monday's range, and everyone's been, like, and the whole week we literally have played this. From the low, the high to low, low to high, high to low. We played it the whole time through, right? We literally had our fun with it. We rinse and repeat, and it's been great. But for me, the range really is it's this high here and this low here. That's what's capping the market on the upside and the downside. Don't believe me? Let's go on the 4 hours, for example, and you can start seeing it, right? So let's do on the 1 hour. Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's do 4 hours, the weekly outlook, right? So the high there, resistance, deviation, resistance, sell off, deviation, and the mid range is the perfect story here. This mid range has been pretty sweet if you ask me. Look, resistance all the way here, resistance, a bit of deviation, resistance, resistance. We had so many sets of clusters of resistance. Now it only makes sense if we have a strong clean close of a candle above there. Now resistance becomes what? Support, and then we can start going to these highs over there. So that's what I've been looking for. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's what we're looking for. So going into the new week, what I'll be looking for to be bullish, a reclaim of this level here, and we can play to the range high and take out this liquidity there. I think on Binance chart it's a bit different anyway. So, but one thing we know for a fact, right, is once, right, because this is, yeah. So once we break out of this is also an SR over here. You can see that, right? Yeah, this is an SR right there. So you got resistance, got deviation. Once we reclaim this level and hold above it, off you go. This is your confirmation for higher prices. So that's the bullish case. Now the bearish case, yes, I can agree that we've got this here, this area here. This is all this inefficiency that we could fill out all the way to this area. This is the, this consolidation over there. Yes, I can agree with that. But for that to happen, I need to start seeing it break down, right? Because this could be range bound. You can do whatever the fuck it wants to do. But after, when it starts breaking down and loses this low here, then I can say, yeah, let's go into this as target 1. And then we take out these lows below here. So that's what BTC is saying right now. It's looking more bullish to me. But for me to enter a trade going for next week, is have to do something like that. Then I can say that's an entry. Otherwise, if we come back down, start breaking down, then I'll play it down the bottom side, taking out all this liquidity over here. I mean, look, you can see it. Like if you were to draw a triangle, like a trend line, right? Just after 4 hours, right? Which encompasses the whole week, right? Look at this. Look at this. It's all support here. That's a deviation. That's support. So ideally, as long as we hold above this trend line here and we don't lose it, then we're gonna be bullish, right? So, but the key is we're gonna reclaim 23.3k, 23.4k. Does that make sense, guys? You're long in. I'm long on Ethereum, to be honest. I'm in profits a little bit. Yeah. I mean, I think I entered. I don't know. I entered 17. This probably fucking. Let's have a look. Profile. I'm gonna tweet about it. I entered in what 1683. That's when I entered, so I'm in a bit of profit there. I'm happy to hold it and see what happens. Monday, we've seen a few times. Monday has pumped stupidly, like stupid amount of pumping there. So that's what I'm looking for Bitcoin. I'm looking at Bitcoin dominance actually before I carry on. Look at Bitcoin dominance on the daily. Bitcoin dominance, for those who don't know what it is, it just shows you the amount of money there is when it comes to Bitcoin, right? Like, so how much money is there in Bitcoin compared to everything else, right? So the higher the percentage, right? So this is all percentage over here. The higher the percentage basically means there's more money holding Bitcoin than anything else. Now, if the price goes up, right, the percentage goes up. What that means is not only that there's more money in Bitcoin, that means your alts, there's less money in alts. Does that make sense? Because if you got, like, let's say you got 100k, right? You got 100k. Now, I'm telling you that your Bitcoin portfolio is 30% Bitcoin and 70% alts. That means there's $30,000 in Bitcoin and there's $70,000 on alts, because you're expecting alts to go up. And if alts is going to go up, that means you get more profit, right? Because it's the one that does the most exits, right? Now, if Bitcoin goes, that's Bitcoin down. Now, but if your portfolio goes up to, like, for example, like 90% Bitcoin, right, and 10% alts, that means that's $90,000 on Bitcoin. It's like a Bitcoin maximalist kind of thing. But you hold the Bitcoin because you believe, like, one Bitcoin is one Bitcoin. I don't really give a shit, but, like, that's what it is. So it's an indication for an alt cycle, right? For an alt run. So what I've said to you, like, a couple of months ago, actually, this was back in June. I believe it was in June. Yeah, it was in June. When we come to range high house, look into a breakdown to 75% mid-range, go down to 25%, and then range low. But if you look from here, we had a fucking drastic drop all the way back down to mid-range. We lost this level here, come back as a deeper retest, and now we've gone to 25%, and it looks like we're taking out these lows here. So any pullback, maybe a deeper pullback like this, breakdown, range low. And then we'll see what happens. Do we find resistance do we break out from the range low and go a lot more lower? Or do we stay in the range and then play back up? So we're coming to range low, right? To this area of consolidation. What happens here? Do we find support? Like, do we do something like this? I'll show you. In this area here, do we do something like this? Come back down and then reclaim this level. Then, you know what? We need to start looking for shorts and alts. This will be a great alt season to short, right? So going downwards, right, is a good time to actually go up, for alts to go up. But at the same time, you can see that nothing's really different anyway from how it was like a year ago. It's nothing but a range bound environment. So as long as this is going down, I think Bitcoin's gonna go up in terms of prices, and also we'll have a good push. We'll see how that works there. So that's that. With Bitcoin, I'm looking at Ethereum, and then look. God, that's the headache though, I'm gonna lie to you. I'm gonna have a cig actually. Does any of you guys have any questions? What about ES, to be honest? We'll have a look at ES. ES is at mid range, like close to mid range on the fucking thingy. And it comes down to dollar, man. To me, if dollar, as long as dollar breaks down, right, I think we're good though. I don't know what's dollar saying. Dollar's actually found, like, you can see dollar here, right? Nah, like I think the market opens at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock UK time. Put the mic closer. Sorry about that. I'm fucking chilling a bit too far away there. Yeah. So, no, brother. When you gonna roll up? Oh, I'm a cigarette time. Like sometimes you gotta smoke. Yeah, I like smoking my cigs, man. I love my cigarettes. I need to start smoking this, I'll tell you something though. I fucking smoke roll ups a lot. Not only because I can't afford it. I mean, that's number one. No, I'm joking. Do you know what it is for me? Like you notice me that once these duty free cigarettes are done, that's it. I'm gonna go back to roll ups. So Marlboro, fucking these new ones, man. They're fucking summer fruit, whatever they're called. Double fusion summer. That's what I'm smoking right now. Got fucking 2 capsules, man. Got apple and berry and shit. But yeah, like I smoke roll ups. You'll start seeing me smoking roll ups in the next couple of days or so because I'm smoking these cigarettes like mad. The reason why I do that is like when I was 15, I started smoking. Right, I had no peas in it. So what I used to do, I used to actually, save like my lunch money to buy roll ups in it. That's what I was doing when I was a kid. I literally the whole. I mean, I had no money for food in it, but I had cigarettes though. You know what I'm saying? It was a good week for me in it. I bought a pack of 200 from them to buy. Yeah, yeah, man. They're sick now, aren't they? As you know, the same cigs. Yeah, they're good. There's that and there's that purple one. So yeah, so I used to smoke roll ups for time, and then what happened was, it's like now that I'm in it, like I started working as a professional and trading and whatnot. I still smoke my roll ups. The reason why it's not because like I choose to do it, but it's just a reminder. It's like no matter how big you are, you were that same fuck face who had money for roll ups. So it's just one of those things. There's little mementos I like to keep in life, just to fucking put me back on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter how much of a big man that you may think you are, you're never really a big man until someone shows it to you. There's always a tyrant to come and slap your guy's ass. And belief. Nah, cutter's choice, fam. Cutter's choice. And belief is too fucking. Oh, that fucking love chat's back here, man. Fuck these guys. Um, Say a critique. Appreciate that. Yeah. What do you call it? So, oh yeah, dollar, right? We're talking about dollar. Fucking. So dollar, this trend line over here, as you can see down in black, right? It's been support. We've lost it as resistance. As long as we break down, I mean, we need to lose this level here, right? This low here, break that, and I say we can be targeting 104.8, looking to come back down to take out these lows over here. I mean, it will come to this area of consolidation and bounce, and then so what will happen will be what I'm suspecting, like predicting price to do, right? This is all come down to experience as well. So I'm experiencing as if we're bullish, right? So you see this consolidation over here. What I expect the price to do is do something like this: come down, hold its support, right? Break down, come into this area, bounce back up. As long as we come back into this area and start breaking down, we can come down to this range bound environment here. This is a range bound that happened for fucking time, right? So that's what my prediction is. Or what we could do is fucking bounce and then come into this area, range bound in this area here, and then that's it. So that's the way I'm looking at dollar. As long as bearish, it just started. I mean, we got a new daily candle, so fucking let's chill out and let's not get too excited. But that green one, what is that green little fucking box there? I'll show you. So we got on the quarterly, right? This is a quarterly range. Like we fucking range bound in this area for time. Yeah, we had some deviation, resistance, support, and stuff like that, right? But the bulk of the movement has been in this area. I mean, you can use this or you can use that. It doesn't really matter, but the bulk of the move is show you clearly that it's that, right? So that's what dollar is for me right now. Okay. So I'm leaning bearishness as well because if you look at the monthly, right? Let me just fucking hide all this shit. Just on the monthly. You see this wick over here? Where did it come into? It came into this area of consolidation. Right here. that high, yeah, there. So once we break down here on the monthly and then lose this level here, let's send this back down to range high. So at least to range high, see if we can come back down, and then this is a, and then what it is, all this was just a consolidation, and that was a deviation, that was resistance, and that's just a mad ass deviation. So there's all this. Now for me to be flip bullish on dollar, right, the high needs to be taken out and reclaimed. So if I delete this, right, on the daily, let's have a look. So we know that we got a trend line here, right there. We know we got a trend line there. Actually, let's do it myself. This low to this high, right? We're finding resistance over here in this area here. As long as we don't reclaim this, right? I mean, this is what we're gonna reclaim it like this. Now, as long as we don't reclaim it, like good clean up there, and then take out this high and hold a support, I think we should be good. We're at area resistance there. And if you think about it, right, the relative move, right, of dollar has been fucking phenomenal, right, for a whole year. Well, let's say this is the low of it was in 27th of May. We're talking about what, 14 months of just a rally upwards, right? Even when Bitcoin went on a rally like that, it still fucking dropped. So why shouldn't a dollar drop? Bitcoin, yeah, like from, let's just say, well, 2020 to 2021, like March, right, to March, it had a full year worth, no, 13 months, because we the high was April, and then we dropped hard. So could dollar do this same thing? I don't. Yeah, take care, thingy, Cruz, man. Really happy that you showed up, man. Appreciate that, man. Big love for that. The good thing about rolling is that you have to work for it. Rolling what? Oh, rolling stick. Yeah. It's, dude, man. I used to roll in the fucking wind and shit, man. You know, rain or whatever, fucking tornado and shit. Yeah, oh, fuck that, man. Tsunami hits me, I fucking still roll it. Dixie did the SMP cosplay. But that's the thing is, like, look, everyone's expecting like how the crypto market. Sorry, so like the numbers for FOMC came out really bad, right? The Feds hiked the price again. The next one is in September now. And they thought it was shorts. They all thought it was shorts. And what happened? Bitcoin's just making highs. It's just making highs. And same as the S&P and the Dow and the Nasdaq. They're just making highs all the time. So that's it. It looks good. It looks good. It looks good for what it is actually. Another one I want to show was ES actually. Let's have a look at ES and then we'll talk about Ethereum, and then we'll call it a day actually. So ES futures. Let's have a look. Yeah, it starts off. This is the start of the week as well, so let it do its thing. End of the day, right? To me, is this. Okay, so we're broken down here. Range band, right? So we've got this level here. What's the key? Well, if I look here, if I just hide this shit here, and let me just draw that level here. This level here is the key. Why? Well, from this low, we found support. We come up, find support, do a bit of a deviation, and then once we lose it, it comes as a resistance. And is this a resistance, right? So if it were to be a resistance, we'll break it down here and we'll see what happens if we come into this area, find support, and then break back up. Or do we actually have a little bit of a chop here for a little bit while and then reclaim and go a lot more higher? So it's a bit of a tricky one. We'll see how it is. It is the fucking start of the fucking week. I'm just gonna wait for fucking for what you call it, for new London session as well. Then we can start making some plans as well and see what's going on in the market. Let me delete this. Go to the smaller time frame. Let's look at the 1 hour. That range. Hard to say. I mean, once we, if right, if I were to go short, right, well, where's the support is? It's right here. Lose this level here, right? I mean, we can come back, because you have to remember this level here is key. It's a key SR, which we already talked about. So we can have a bit of a pullback. We hold above it like that. This will be my confirmation to play back to this, the key SR, reclaim. Then I take out these highs over there, and then I look for the mid range. The mid range is at 42.30. Yeah, 42.24. And then from the mid range, we'll see what happens there. So that's what ES is. I mean, we always play. If you look at a range bound environment, I always talk about it like this, right? you play from low to high, high to low, and then well, sorry, you play from mid like you play the low to mid range, mid range to the high, high if you're range bounding, high to mid range, and then mid range to the low, and then now we're doing low to the mid range. So yeah, we can find some resistance. If we break down and lose this level completely, then okay, bye bye. But ideally, there's stops over here, right? So why not squeeze into the mid-range? And then from the mid-range, do we actually reclaim this to go higher to the highs? Or do we lose it to go back to the lows? That's all we're doing. So let's see what happens. It is like it's second week of fucking August now. So nothing much to really say about it. There's not going to be... I mean, let's have a look at it. How does the monthly look like? Yeah, monthly doesn't look like much. I mean, it just started, so we'll see how it goes. Now Ethereum, man says tsunami. He's gonna run us. Can you explain the logic? So Arman's asking, could you explain the logic behind previous support becoming resistance, vice versa? Okay, so this is it, right? Nice and simple. Okay, so let's just say, right, we got price, we got yeah, so let's say price is its thing, and it does this, it goes up to a high, and then it finds some sort of resistance, right? And it comes to this area, and it finds some bit of resistance, comes to this area, finds a bit of resistance, okay? What it is, right? This whole thing, right? Let me just move this to the side. Let me start again, so you guys can see. So price does this consolidation, and it pushes up, and it finds some sort of resistance. We don't fucking know what it is. Pushes up again, finds a bit of resistance, pushes up again, breaks down, finds a bit of resistance. Well, we know already that there's an SR. It's a support resistance. Okay, support or resistance. This is the SR. Why? Because that high is capping the market as resistance. We had a deviation and a breakdown below it, and so that we know that's going to be resistance. As long as we're below this this SR line, it's always going to be resistance. So we can play it back down once we break out these lows, and we can play it back down to this area here. Okay. Now, if price breaks up, right, and it does something like this, price breaks up, but then takes out these highs, bullish market structure, and then it decides to retest. Because we're above this, we're expecting, and we're taking out these highs there, we're expecting price to hold at support. This should be support, because if this was resistance, we now think if resistance is now flipped to support, we're now expecting this to be a support. So to hold above it and show bullish market structure to go a lot more higher price for continuation. That's what it is. Does that make sense, Omar? Does that help? So think about it this way, right? Like if you, I'm trying to think of a way now, like another logical way. Like I just want to make sure that you're okay. Some important question: what range will he play today? Weekly range or wait for Monday's range? Who? Me? Is that what you're talking about? Omar, does that make sense? Omer? Is it Omer? Yeah, I think it's Omer. Alright, then we're gonna move on then. Mine went quiet on me. But anyway, so looking at Ethereum, I mean Ethereum, we know some important levels. This high here is important. Why? Well, if I were to hide all this shit here, this is an example of SR. Okay. So this high here is an SR. It's a support and resistance. Okay. This was resistance, right? Once we get up, we expect this to act as a support. So yes, we had a deviation, but if I were to look on the weekly, I think it might give us a bit of understanding of this properly. Yeah, there you go. So as you can see, let me just delete this and do this again. On the weekly, can you see? So this is the high, and all it is, resistance, smashes up, support, comes back down, we'll lose this level there, acts as resistance, and then it acts as support. So as long as we're above here, we're bullish, right? So that's an SR level there. So the question is, where are we going to go now? So if we're in this area here, we're now back into this range here, right? Just delete this. Second, and I'll talk about it in just a second. That's old. Alright, so now we're now facing resistance, a key area of resistance. What is this? This is the 2021 second quarter range low, right? And the question is, right, if we were to be bullish, as long as we hold above it, reclaim, now all we do, we play to 25%, 25% to mid-range. Off this area here, then to this area, squeeze into this, and potentially take out the high, the yearly open. We don't know, but I'm just showing you a bullish scenario if I'm right about its institutional buys on Bitcoin, okay? So, well, at resistance, right? I mean, we can break down, come back into this area, and then reclaim. We don't fucking know in it. It's really difficult to say, but the fact is, on the weekly, we've actually had some key strong areas now. But because that resistance here, now we're gonna work out: is this a deviation, which comes to the plan of this? You know, because we're back into the range. Gonna ask yourself, what the fuck are you doing back in the range? Or is this actually a retest? So is this a retest of range low to break down and go a lot more lower, taking out these lows? Does that make sense, guys? I get what you mean, Aki, but what is the reason for price that got sold over and over again to an attraction for buying? I don't get the sense behind. Bro, Omer, you have to think of it this way, right? Listen, you want to buy, right? It's like price, right? If price is in a range, right? We expect price to be really simple, right? We expect price to do this. Right? If price was that easy, we expect price to do this. Right? Just keep doing this forever. Right? Oops, sorry. Yeah. And it's just easy because we know we buy here, we sell, so we buy, sorry, because this is the low, we buy over here and we sell at the top. Buy here, sell at the top. It's like buy low but sell high. If it was that easy, that's what it is. But in reality, right, what happens to the price? It does this, right? And it's just chop. It's just chop. That's what it is. And in reality, it's just high, low. Reclaim this and you play back to the range. It's just people fucking you up. There's bigger players out there who want to fuck you up. Because how many times have you entered a trade and you're like let's say you're long, right? You're long on a project, right? And you're like, this is bullish to me. There's loads of good news and whatever and all that stuff like that. But the thing is, right? Price start breaking down. When it starts breaking down, you're like, oh shit, and then you start selling, and then what happens is it goes back up. It's just people want to fuck with you, my bro. It's a game. Picture this in it, right? I said this before in it. Like, trading is like being in a fucking UFC cage in it. You got Francis Ngannou in front of you. You got fucking Khabib is over there. Islam Makhachev. You got Oliveira's over there. Dustin Poirier. Michael Chandler. Fucking beast of the beast. You got Israel Adesanya is ready to kick your leg, right? What are you gonna do? You got 5 minutes. You gotta survive. You've just gotta survive, and that's what it is. That's what trading really is. Is the ability to survive in whatever condition is there. So when the price does something like this, right? It goes up and it breaks down. And it goes up. It breaks down. And then it goes up. It breaks down. It can do this however long it wants until like the real dogs who have real money, they decide to push the market up, and by then you're buying over here instead of actually buying in this area here. So what happens is that sometimes it does this, right? And you're looking for a retest, but price goes back up, and then all these like idiots, right, end up buying over here, but then price does his retest. And a lot of people, what happen then at the retest, start selling because like, oh shit, it looks like it's breaking down or whatever. I should have bought here, and then it fucking sells you off. It's just a game. Because look, you gotta think of it this way, Omer. You don't want, like, if you're fucking trading, right, you're competing for my money. Like literally, you're competing for my money. Don't believe me? You're competing for everyone's money. Final Satoshi's, fucking trying to take Joe Fennell's fucking money and John's money as well. You know why? Because it's a game of liquidity hunting. If you're playing the game right, all you're doing, like, you're taking out stops. If you take out stops over here, there's a lot of people who put fucking loads and loads of stop losses over here. There's loads and loads of stop losses over here. Just like there was loads and loads of stop loss over here. You're taking that money. You're taking their money, keeping it for yourself. That's all it is. It's a game of liquidity hunting, and you're fighting for my money, and you're fighting for everyone's money, and that's what it comes down to. The game is to survive, and how do you survive? Don't take too many losses. Easier said than done. I can agree with that, but it really comes down to breaking the market down one step at a time, and just trying to understand what the fuck's going on. All right, don't overcomplicate it. Don't try and actually, think you're smarter than the market, because trust me, the market will put its place before you before you tell the market wagwan. Okay, so on the daily, what we got here, got a range bound environment here. I mean, the focus before was that this Monday's range. So if you delete this, right, this Monday's range over here is what I was looking for, like price to consolidate in this area here, breakout, retest, right? Is this the expansion phase? Once we break out of this high and hold support, is an expansion phase. Then we got a lot more higher prices. But looking at how it is, right, it's come to 1700 level. It's gonna find some resistance, just like that. That's resistance, deviation, another set of deviation. Do we step back into the old Monday's range and play a lot more lower, or do we take out these highs? TikTok makes the clock go fucking, I don't know what is that saying. I don't fucking know. But it really comes down to now, how is Ethereum moving? Is Ethereum gonna be bullish or not? Right now, when I was looking at the chart, right, I was literally looking at this. I started breaking it down now. I was like, alright, cool. I know where monthly open is, right? And I want to fucking actually play the whole game in it. Like, we were focusing on this Monday's higher, but is price actually in any, is it capped anywhere? And I started noticing that price is capped in this range bound environment over here, right? Let me just delete all this stuff, right? I'm not going to need that for now. I'm just going to focus on this. Got the 4 hours. Just like BTC, similar scenario. But it's different. BTC was what? Below the mid-range, wasn't it? But guess what? Ethereum was at the above the mid-range. I made a plan, right, on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, and I showed it to you. And I was in the long. This is the plan. That's the plan. You got the high, you got the low, right? So you got the high, you got the low, and all it is, the low, that's the mid-range. You can find it as deviation, resistance, come into this area, deviation, smashes it up, support. That's a deviation or whatever, okay? So that mid-range is always going to be a bit choppy. But if we're playing the fucking range band game, all it is, right, you play from the low to high, high to low, then low, and it's got some deviations there, and then from low to high. But notice these deviations, right? You see how this deviation is lower than this deviation here? That's bullish. You know why? Market structure shifted. Market structure definitely shifted. Why? Because the moment we take out these highs over here, right, it was already bullish, right? Bullish to where? To range high. So now I've got a plan here. So this consolidation here, if we reclaim this area here, all right, take out this consolidation and get above and hold a support, then I said target 1, target 2. And could this happen tomorrow on a Monday? Fucking could do. It could happen till Tuesday. I don't fucking know, but I know. Like that's my trade, right? So where am I wrong? I'm wrong here, right? Because if price decides to come back down and breaks down here, I'm gonna cut the trade before I get stopped out, because that's, to me, is bearish. Okay. So looking at Ethereum, where we are right now, right? Well, it's the 1 hour. Is it the 1 hour I did, or 15 minutes? Fuck knows. That's the 1 hour, yeah. So where we are right now, right, is here. What have we found resistance off, right? Same thing, right? Can you guys see it? That's the high. That's the high, and that's the low. Range bound, deviation, lower deviation, right? This here is the monthly open. So we found resistance, 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 get back above it, come back into it, hold it as support. I mean, I don't mind a retest of this, because my stop loss is over here. Stop loss is here. I don't mind doing this. And if he does that, I'd compound my position, right, and bring my stop loss from there to here. And then I add on more position, looking for this consolidation, because to see how this consolidation is actually causing me other problems. Let me show you. This consolidation is showing me problems here. Fucking decides to fucking act as resistance. So it's a short-term play back into this area. I don't mind. Bounce into this area. Once we reclaim this area, off we go. Right? I know my battery's changed. Died. But that's what we're looking for. So, and also, because Bitcoin is Ethereum is above the 1700 level, which is the second quarter's 2021's range low, the macro range. What that means is it's bullish to the next level. The next level is, I'll tell you what it is. 25% comes down to fucking 2368, and we see we can go to fucking 3000. So it is fucking it is kind of, it can be ludicrous, but we talked about it plenty of times before. That we're looking for the lower high, right? So if the market is going to be super bearish, all we need is a fucking lower high. Give us that lower high, we'll fucking smack them the shit out of it back down. So that's what we're looking for. Does that make sense? I know Shaq had a short, right? He had a short at 1400. I think he needs to start looking at cutting the trade because he is looking bullish. I have given him options how to actually cut the trade. I just don't want him to get liquidated. I mean, there's nothing I can do because it's your responsibility. You need to remember everything is none of this is financial advice, right? Just put my camera back on. Yeah, none of this is financial advice. So, like, I wouldn't recommend anyone trading if they don't know how to trade. Take your time and just paper trade. This is like a demo account kind of thing. You know what it is. But sorry about that, bro. Yeah, it's back on now. But yeah, so it's a bit of a tricky one. I mean, you know what I'm saying. So in terms of the market, I'll see, like, in terms of the weekly outlook, it looks like a good week, right? We had a very good week. We had loads of longs and shorts. So we played it on both sides of the range. So we'll see how it goes from there. So without further ado, have you guys got any questions before I head off? And yeah, thank you, fan of Satoshi. Just smash the likes, man. Show me some love, man. You know, end of the day, I don't mind doing this for you guys, but it's always nice to see when you guys show me love like that. I'm so knackered. Awesome, man. Thank you so much for that, bro. You guys have a lovely evening as well. I know it's a bit late. Tomorrow we'll go back to normal with Denk's daily trades, and it'll be at 10:15 UK time. All right. So shout out to all you motherfuckers out there, and hope to catch you tomorrow as well. Okay. Take care, champ. See you later.